wise,
not sleepy. Not sleepy.
Wise.
Is what y'all need to be calling Joe Biden.
Wise.
Not sleepy. Not sleepy.
Okay? Wise.
Joe Biden. Because he had enough sense to know that they was going to be selling cars on the front lawn
of the White House.
He knew.
That's why Trump
was mad when he was packing that airport before he got up out of there. Because he knew
that Joe Biden was setting up an offense.
Okay? He knew that he was setting up something great for us.
And that's all I'm saying.
Y'all be living to call Joe Biden sleepy,
He wasn't that damn
That
sleepy.
motherfucker was quite awake.
He had enough sense
to pack that
with
liberal judges
so they can lean
for
us.
Okay?
To the 90.
Oh, jeez.
When it just makes sense. It's your red pill, it's your red brown girl. Searching for the truth. It's your red pill, it's your red brown girl. When it just makes sense. It's your red pill, it's your red brown girl. And get into the truth. It's your red pill, it's your red brown girl.
Hey everyone, it's Crystal. It's your red-pilled brown girl. Rebel without a reason. Thank you, fam. I don't know what's going on with my echo. So my husband is an artist, you guys. He is a musician and he is a gospel artist. So he's the reason for this fancy mic, these fancy sound systems that I don't know how to work. I'm sorry. I'm just going to be honest. I don't know how to work it. I don't know why there's an echo. I don't know how to fix it. Rebel without a reason. Maybe I need to chill on the videos for a little while until I figure out. Anywho, y'all, did y'all see that intro? Rebel without a reason. Did you see that intro of that girl calling Joe Biden wise? I can think of a lot of things that I would call Joe Biden. I don't think that there's anybody on this planet that would describe Joe Biden as wise. And I'm sorry. Why do they get black women to do this? Why? Why do they get black women to cape up for these people? This young lady, bless her Jesus, okay? She calls Joe Biden wise. Y'all, I'm sorry. Why Joe Biden, Mr. Stumbling, fumbling, can't figure out what day it is, Joe Biden. Mr. Hey, I think I did crimes. My family, I think, did crimes. I don't know if they did. I don't know if you're going to arrest us. So let me issue a preemptive pardon, but not me issue the pardon. I have it auto-signed so I can have a pardon for crimes that I'm not sure I committed, but I kind of did. Wise. Y'all, what is with black women? It's like black women will cape up for the worst thing. I wish this lady had this much like fervor for the school systems, like to keep you for your kids to read. Like you're sitting up here caping up for a man who there is some evidence that he wasn't the real president. Let's go ahead and say that. Then she uses a term that's not even legal. Packing the court. Oh, he was packing the court with judges. Sis, shh, 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 shh. If you don't know politics and you don't know what you're talking about, sweetie, don't say anything. You have a lot of followers, and shout out to you, girlfriend. But you're saying packing the court when everybody says that that's illegal. Everybody knows that that's not what you do. Everybody from Ruth Bader Ginsburg said you don't do that. That's like saying, hey, I don't like the referees in the game. So there's 2 referees in a basketball game, and since I don't like what they are going to say about us playing, I'm going to put 5 referees. Like, nobody thinks packing the court is a good thing but people who want to cheat. So she's saying that the cheaters did right by packing the court so they can continue to cheat. Girl, Joe Biden is not wise. He was not wise to put these liberal judges on there who are going to be defeated. I mean, the judges are out of whack. And this is your Democrat Party, y'all. The black girls coming in there that don't know what you're talking about. Wise. Y'all, oh my God. She's saying Joe Biden was wise. Joe Biden is sleepy. Joe Biden is tired. Joe Biden is almost brain dead, like you said, Rebel, without a reason. Joe Biden is corrupt. Joe Biden is crooked. Joe Biden is racist. Joe Biden is dumb. He definitely is not wise, sis. I'm sorry. Anywho, I had to open up with that because I just thought that was so interesting. My sister, I love her. Shout out to her. She sent that. She was like, Crystal, well, what do you think about this? So I had to make sure that I had my ducks in a row because I didn't, y'all, there's no way anybody would call Joe Biden wise. Sleepy Joe Biden wise. No. Sorry, sis. That's the wrong Joe. You must mean, I don't know. What's the Joe? Joe Budden. You must mean Joe Budden. Because ain't nothing wise about Sleepy Joe. Sorry. No. Anywho, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have not already, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Yes, thank you, Rebel Without a Reason. Hit that like button if you're coming in, please. Y'all, oh, Sloppy Joe. Yes. Sloppy Joe for sure. Not Sleepy Joe, not wise. Anyway, thank you so much, Rebel Without a Reason. Okay, let's get into these stories, y'all. I have been really disturbed in my spirit about this whole Tesla thing. I don't have a Tesla. I don't drive a Tesla. I do like Teslas, and I had a desire to own one. Of course, just never really happened that way. I like gasoline, but I definitely, and if I had another car, it would have been a Tesla. Y'all, it is really disturbing to see the left, or I wouldn't even call them the left. Would you call them the left, or would you just call them these like morons? Like, they are out of control. Burning Tesla cars. Are y'all seeing what's going on? It's insane. So these people are burning Tesla cars and comparing it to January 6th. First of all, we all know what happened with January 6th. If you are watching my show, you are a patriot, and so you already know that those January 6th patriots were set up, and I'm so thankful to President Trump for pardoning them, and some of them he just commuted their sentence, didn't give them a pardon because they were troublemakers, but most of them he pardoned them. And they are saying that the violence, so these people are burning like arsonistic, like straight up arson is going on with these Tesla dealerships, burning these trucks, burning these cars, vandalizing these cars, and people are just basically saying, "Oh, we understand." What do you mean you understand? What do you, and y'all, and honestly, I'm sick of these people because this is the exact same thing that happened in the Summer of Love. Y'all remember the mostly peaceful as they burned businesses down, as they literally were like hurting people and burning the streets of Minneapolis and other cities and robbing the stores. They kept saying, "Oh, we understand." You understand people hurting people, burning down cars, burning down buildings because they didn't get their way, as opposed to people who are peacefully and patriotically walking up to the Capitol and being found with people who were troublemakers, all because they thought that their election was stolen. You tell me which one is more important. You're mad that Elon Musk is hired by the federal government, hired by President Donald Trump to find governmental waste and fraud and abuse. And y'all think that it's okay for people to just burn other people's properties. This doesn't belong to Elon Musk. Those cars don't belong to him. These are Americans. And this is this is an American company. Whether you like Elon Musk or not, doesn't give you the right to burn or hurt or vandalize anybody's property. Yes, rebel without a reason. 3 people got arrested for domestic terrorism for attacking Tesla dealerships. They can get 20. Yes. Yes. I am so glad that they are starting to get a handle on the people that are who are doing this, because this is straight up domestic terrorism. People shouldn't have to live this way. They shouldn't have to live this way at all. And the fact that we have Democrats like defending this behavior, making jokes about it like it's somehow funny, and it's not funny at all, is so disturbing. It's so disturbing. So let's go to, here we go, you guys. Let's go to Stephen Colbert and watch as he talks about the Tesla dealership. Like, it's just, it's not, y'all, it's not cool. It's not funny. Here we go.
Yesterday alone, Musk lost more than $16 billion.
As they cheer, as these freaking losers, they cheer. Here we go. As they cheer, y'all. Here we go.
To put that in perspective, yesterday alone, Musk lost more than $16 billion.
As they cheer.
Wow. To put that in perspective, that's more than some people make in a year. For the losses yesterday, Musk blamed activists and Ukrainian hackers, then shrugged it all off with a Monty Python reference saying, "Always look on the bright side of life." Ha ha! Good one, Heinrich Giggler. I will respond with a Monty Python quote of my own.
I fart in your general direction.
Not funny.
Your mother was a hamster? Here's the thing. This downturn didn't start just yesterday because Tesla stock has plummeted 50% since December. And there's a good reason for that. It's a phenomenon economists call everybody hates that guy.
So let me get this straight, y'all. Y'all hate the man who has taken his free time to help Americans save money, protect their Social Security, protect their democracy from tyrants. And he's not even a natural born citizen. And that's the person you hate. You hate the person who is helping to show you, hey, look what these fraudulent people have been doing with your money and your inheritance. You hate that person. Exactly. XOXO Chicky. Yes. Who is employing so many Americans. He employs over 20,000 Americans. And y'all hate him. Y'all hate that guy. That's the guy that y'all have decided that y'all hate. Mind you, just earlier this last year, so in earlier 2024, everybody was almost demanded to drive an electric car. Of course you got to have an electric car and you're saving the planet. Remember? Remember, y'all? Remember? Yes. These were the people that were saying that you need to go electric and everybody has to have electric and it's going to save the planet. And now you guys are blowing up or Molotov cocktails and all sorts of things in his company, in his dealerships. He was the golden boy of the Dems. Absolutely. Like, it's so amazing to me how like liberals voter bases like just go with you guys with the wind, wherever the wind is. You like Trump one day. Whoopi Goldberg, The View, Al Sharpton. Remember, y'all loved Trump. What happened? Even Wendy Williams, you remember? Love President Trump. And then, like, he does something for the American people, and all of a sudden, you don't like him anymore. Same thing with Elon Musk. Same thing with what's that girl? Shanahan, RFK's people. Nicole Shanahan. Like, she gave so much money to the Democrat Party. You do not even want to listen to Nicole Shanahan go in on the Democrat Party because y'all lift people up one day, and the minute that they do something that helps other people, you guys, like, Y'all don't just say, hey, we're done with him. Hey, we don't really like him. You start blowing up things. You start throwing Molotov cocktails in them. And then the media is just silent and doesn't do or say anything. They literally just almost support it. It is so disturbing. I know. Oh my God. Yeah, you brought up Tulsi Gabbard. Cheeky XO, she brought up Tulsi Gabbard. Yes, Tulsi Gabbard, the golden child, and because she did not want to go to war and she wanted peace because she's a soldier, you guys just decided to attack her and not just say, hey, we don't like Tulsi anymore. You start violently attacking her and saying that she's a Russian stooge, as she is she is in the armed forces. She protects. She wears the uniform. Like, the Democrats seriously have problems, y'all. And you wonder why there's so many ex-Democrats. You wonder why so many of us, myself included, are just like, yo, y'all are tripping. Like, something is seriously wrong with y'all. Like, seriously crazy. Like, it's not cool at all. Oh my gosh. A puppet for everybody. You're so right. You're so right. You guys, it just makes me really, really sad. And speaking of Democrats that are like that are making me sad, y'all. This next story, I feel like I'm gonna regret this. I feel like I'm gonna regret this, but I have to. I can only be. Hold on, sorry. I can only be me. Second of all, shout out to Elon Musk bringing those astronauts home. Isn't that awesome? Y'all, okay. If he didn't do anything, if him and President Trump didn't do anything, what they did do is get a different demographic involved and excited about, like, space and astronaut. Y'all, I would have never ever been interested in like this, like in it, like it just wasn't my thing, right? Astronauts in space. But y'all, I sat there and I watched the entire thing. I was so interested. I was like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing. Hold on, let me pull it up. Return. Oh my God. Like, y'all, I was so interested in this, and I normally would not be at all, okay? I normally would not be interested at all. And I was so, like, into it. Hold on, y'all. I was so interested. I was so interested. And it's so crazy because I would have never thought that I would even care.
With a simple quiz.
Beginning to see that plasma trail as Dragon re-enters the Earth's atmosphere. All of that is expected. Altitude plane. And there you see it on your screen. Drogue deployment.
Drogue descent rate nominal.
You can hear the crowd.
Pacific time this afternoon. And there we go.
We have a visual on 4 healthy mains.
That view was from inside. That
Copy,
was
600.
That was a live view from our recovery vessel off the coast of Tallahassee, Florida.
Look at this.
And splashdown. Crew 9 back on Earth.
Oh my God, how stinking
And SpaceX Freedom, splashdown.
Y'all, so
Good main release.
Copy splashdown. We see main chutes cut.
oh my gosh, y'all, how freaking cool is that? How cool is that? Okay, so
We
so
right there have
sorry.
our first view of Dragon Freedom coming home to Earth.
Here we go.
And that view is from the
Yeah, Rebel Without a Reason. Yeah, they were only supposed to be there 9 days. They were only supposed to be there 8 days. And Joe Biden, because something happened with their spacecraft, and Elon Musk offered to go and rescue them, but because Joe Biden and the Democrat Party didn't want to win for the Republicans or for Elon Musk in this case, they left them up there for 9 months, you guys. 9 months. And I heard Elon Musk when he was talking to Ted Cruz, he was saying that one of the astronauts were a Democrat and one was maybe a conservative. Y'all want to guess which one? Y'all want to guess which one? Hold on, I'm gonna pull up a picture. I'll pull up a picture. Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me who's the Democrat and who's the Republican. I'm so annoying. I'm so annoying, y'all. Which one? You want to guess? Which one's the Democrat? Which one's the conservative? Y'all know them liberal white / I don't know, is she Indian or I don't know what she is, but she just looked liberal. She looked liberal. I didn't even look when he said one of them is conservative and the other one is a Democrat, and how and you notice she never came out and like issued any thanks. It's always been the white guy. What's his name? I need to get that man's name and honor his name. Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams. Yeah, so he, Butch Wilmore would always come out and he would do videos thanking President Trump, thanking people, and then she wouldn't be anywhere to be found, which I don't know what's partisan about this, you guys. I mean, they're American astronauts. We want them to come home. They were supposed to be there 8 days. They were there 9 months. Like, that's not cool. So if she feels so beholden to her party that she can't do right is right is right and wrong is wrong. I mean, like, you leave them up there. Elon Musk brought you home. Say thank you. But do you expect anything else from these Democrats, y'all? Do you expect anything else? I don't expect anything else. They just behave badly, and it's so sad to say that you almost know with a Democrat or a person who votes Democrat, they're just going to behave badly. They're just going to behave badly. Say thank you, sis. I know. Yes, leave her behind on up there. The bar is in hell. It's so low. It's so low. The bar is so low. XOXO said the bar is in hell. Yes. Like, the bar has just been set so low and it's so sad. Anyway. You guys, I am thankful that Elon Musk brought them home. What an amazing feat. Like, is that what we're doing? And y'all talking about racism. Y'all talking about sexism, misogyny. Y'all talking about the corniest stuff while Elon Musk is putting rockets in the air. I want want to put rockets in the air. I don't care about this stuff that y'all talking about. I really don't. I really don't. I want to put rockets in the air, and I want flying cars. Like, I want stuff. While y'all talking about racism, I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't take it. Speaking of one of the biggest racists ever, before I get into Michelle Obama, this chick, one of the biggest racists of the world, just so happened to be talking to one of the biggest, gayest / kind of be racist, but not really racist because you sleep with a white man. Let's talk about Joy Reid being on the Don Lemon show. Y'all, that happened today. And I wasn't going to go in on her like this, but she went on the Don Lemon show. And y'all, the only thing that I could think of, let me make sure I get her on here. The only thing that I could think of was, I miss this chick. I don't miss her at all. I don't miss her presence. I don't miss her voice. I don't like talking about her. She got up there like Joy. Can we talk? Now, okay. You don't like me. You probably would never like me. And I don't like you either, sis. But I do think that we can kind of share ideas. You don't have that kind of face, sis. You don't have that kind of face that can carry without makeup. You just don't. I'm not saying that you ugly. I think beauty is in is in the eye of the beholder. But some highlight, some foundation, some concealer, piquito. And then not only is she like not visibly cute, y'all, she's like an ugly person. Like, she is a liar. And then she lies in the worst kind of way, y'all. Like, she just like her and Jasmine Crockett get on my nerves because they try this whole fake sister girl, even though she went to like an Ivy League school. She plays this, I'm down, let me put you on, let me tell you the info, and girls will fall for it. One thing in particular that they talked about, she said a few lies, okay? She talked about Trump because she just cannot get over Trump. Like, she just can't. She just can't get over him. She fantasizes about him. I think she wants to be him when she was wearing the Trump wig. Like, I don't know what it is with Joy Reid and Trump, but whatever. Whatever. Somebody said, Clay Bisbee said, yes, I would say she is. I know Jamaicans that laugh at her. Yeah, like, yes. Okay, Rebel Without a Reason said she did that wig wrong. He rocked her. He rocked with her through thick and thin, and she left him cold and low. I know that wig, right? Okay, yeah. So one thing in particular is that she kind of goes by this whole like sister girl like mantra, right? Like, she's the sister girl she knows, right? But she lies. Like, I mean, like, really, it's a lie. She was talking about Trump's executive orders and how he can't do this. She constantly compares him to Hitler. But one thing in particular that she said, and I thought it was kind of worth noting, because Don Lemon, who, I mean, y'all, he's just a pussy. I mean, he really is. Like, he is just a punk. Like, he is a punk. He is a punk. He goes wherever the wind blows. He is irrelevant. And I don't get these people that think that they speak for black people, but whatever. And so she lies. Y'all, listen to what she says about the war Canada against. She's talking about Trump and the tariffs. So Trump is stating that he thinks that Canada should become the 51st state. And she goes and says, we went to war with Canada before, remember? And we lost. Look at this.
Win again because they're so liberal up there, our neighbors to the north. But I mean, why would you, if you were sitting down doing an interview with Donald Trump, would you be normalizing it like that? Or I don't know.
What's going on here? It's absurd. First of all, Donald, Grandpa, Grampy Trump, let's talk. First of all, you can't make Canada the 51st state without going to war with them. And let me explain how that happened, how that worked out the last time we tried to go to war with Canada. They burned the White House to the ground in 1814 and won the war. Canada beat us in the War of 1812. They probably like their chances against us. We're not going to beat them in a war because we have never been able to do that. You'd have to occupy a country that is equivalent of the size of the United States, in which the top 2/3 of it is uninhabited, frozen forest land that touches the Arctic. You know how that worked out when the Nazis tried that with Russia, which is the equivalent of Canada on that part of the world? We gonna lose. We don't have enough troops to occupy. They are a country of 39 million people who have about as many guns per capita as we do. They just don't have as many shootings.
That's going to say, why don't they have as many shootings?
Because it's a country where people hunt. People have a gun culture there as well. They're just not as gun crazy. They don't take their guns to Walmart. But they got a lot of guns. And they've beat us in a war before. So that's issue number one. You cannot absorb a country against their will. And this talk of making them the 51st state is absurd for the reason you said. If you did, it would be a country of roughly the population of California. Which party controls California?
Exactly. Hold on. Thank you. Now that's an outright lie. Like, y'all don't see how these people just lie and manipulate y'all. Canada beat us in a war. Canada has the population of one of our 50 states. Not even included our Puerto Rico, the British Virgin Islands. All of that is the U.S. Canada has the population of one of our states. And this moron says that Canada is going to beat us. Do y'all believe that? She's a moron. Y'all, I was talking good. Rebel without a reason. Thank you for telling me. I was talking good. Canada, do you see how she's a liar? She's a liar. She is a disgusting liar. Canada has the population of one of our states. One, California. One of our 50 states, not even including our territories. So Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, U.S. Virgin Islands. Canada has the population of one of our states. And this moron is saying that Canada will somehow beat us in a war. They hate this country. And I just want to tell them to leave. Like, leave, shorty. You don't like it. You don't want to be here. You don't want to be supportive. Leave. I'd rather them just say nothing. Yes, it has the GDP of California as well. She's sitting there saying that we would lose. And what she's talking about, so just so you know, if you're not a history buff, it really doesn't matter, y'all. Canada has never gone to war with the United States of America. They don't want this work, okay? What happened is the British were occupying, they took over Canada, and they went to war with Britain. The US went to war with Britain, and they used Canada to go to war with us, and British bombed us. And don't worry, we held our own. And eventually, we just kind of squashed the beef and left Canada where it was. But make no mistake about it, is they even talk about the people who were like most notable in the war weren't even Canadians. She said we would lose and Canada likes their odds. First of all, Canada don't have a chance in hell of British coming to their rescue if we ever went to war with them, which I do not promote war at all. I don't want to go to war with Canada at all. Just need to be clear about that. But they won't even go to bat for Ukraine in their backyard. Do you think that they're going to come and somehow fight on behalf of Canada? Like, Canada would be on their own. Canada don't want this work from the United States at all. President Trump is not saying that he wants to go to war with Canada. What he is saying, just so you know, you guys, this is just very, very important. He's saying it would be beneficial for Canada to become a part of the United States of America. They would have our military protections. Their goods and services will be cheaper. Their taxes would go down. Their income would go up. All of the benefits that the United States has, Canada would be privy to it. That's all. That's all he's saying. And all he's saying is, until they decide that they want to partner with us and become one of us, he's not going to sell out his people and grow their economy while reducing ours. I think that that's fair. Can we say that's fair, right? Canada's a really great country. We love them. They're our neighbors. But I'm not going to sell out my own kids. President Trump is saying, I'm not going to sell out my own kids for the neighbors' kids. Now, if the neighbors' kids decided to get adopted and they wanted to come and live in our house, I would treat them like our kids. But unfortunately, they're not ours. And someone said, we don't want Canada because they would vote blue. I mean, that remains to be seen. I've seen a lot of people say, maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe if we rescue them and lower their cost, maybe they might have some kind of allegiance to conservatism, but maybe not. I don't know, right? Or it may be a situation where they become a territory like Puerto Rico and they can't vote in a general election for a few years. I don't know. What I can tell you is I think that the information that these two disgusting human beings like spew out is just not right, y'all. It's not. They literally lied to you. Canada never went to war with the United States of America. And if they were to go to war with the United States of America, it would be over probably in a week. It would be over. They wouldn't make it past the border, y'all. And the fact that these people have betrayed their country, and they are saying these types of things, is treasonous. Like, it really is. It's annoying. They're not smart. She's like, let me tell you, Canada likes their odds of going to war with us because we would look like, and I don't know if she doesn't know that it's not true, but y'all, it's not true. She's a dummy. She's a dummy. Canada's military is a tenth of the size of ours. Like seriously. Let me tell y'all this. Let me tell y'all this because I think that this is important. Canada's military, the size of Canada's military. Canada's military size. We have 2.86 million troops. Canada, which is the CAF, Canadian Armed Forces, has 71,000. Our defense budget is $841 billion, y'all. Y'all, like, Canada don't want this work. Like, Canada don't want this work. They don't. No one wants this work, okay? Not even China. I know y'all say China. No one wants this work. The U.S. and I love how President Trump, somebody says, okay. And I love the way President Trump says, bring back national pride, because that's what's going to take us through these lies that these people making us want to hate our country and hate our president. A rebel without a reason said the War of 1812 wasn't against the U.S. and Canada, though it was against Great Britain. Exactly. It wasn't. We weren't fighting Canada. And she's just lying. So either she's a moron or she's a liar. And I argue both. And she's like, just go away, Joy. Like, stay away. Like, you got fired and just stay away. Like, stay away. Ugly inside and out. It's a very, very ugly person. Anywho, you guys, sorry about that. That thing is so disturbing. She is so disturbing. Anywho, guys, the next thing that we got to talk about, Lord Jesus. Have y'all been watching? Y'all, I don't even want to do this. I really don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. But
I am Michelle.
And I am
Hold on, I'm going to make it big for y'all because this is important.
Craig.
And Craig here. I am Michelle.
And I am Craig.
And Craig here is my big brother. He's done a lot of everything in life: business, coaching, basketball, television. He's always been one of the very few people I can turn to whenever I need just about anything.
And you all know my sister Michelle, or Mish as our family has always called her.
We are so excited for you to listen to our brand new podcast. It's called IMO with Michelle Obama and Craig Robinson. Together, Craig and I are going to take your questions about the challenges you're grappling with in life, because let's be real, we are living through some really complicated and confusing times, and people are feeling more alone than ever. But what I've learned is that if you're feeling a certain kind of way, the reality is that others are probably feeling that way too. And when you take the time to be just a little vulnerable and open up about it, it's a whole lot easier to find the answers you're looking for.
Every week we'll be joined by some of our friends, special guests, and experts who will keep us honest while also adding their own opinions to the mix.
Whether you're navigating the gray areas of marriage and raising kids, or dealing with a little friend drama, or even figuring out how to put yourself out there in the dating world. And I want young women to just practice asking for what you want. It's okay to hear no. It's okay to hear I don't love you like that.
There's nothing to be bored of. I mean, if you're a mother and you're watching your children, every moment that you look at them, it's like unbelievable what's happening.
And look, we're not saying we have all the answers either. Far from it.
But we do have plenty of opinions, don't we?
You sharing your weakness makes you strong. Like you being able to tell them, I went through this, I found help, and I've come out the other side.
Like it's one thing to say I want to achieve this for me, and then there's another thing to say I want to achieve something because I'm expecting all of this to come with it.
One of the most difficult things to do is realizing that relationships have their limits. There are relationships that simply are not going to function.
I'm a boss. Are you okay being the
Can you level up? Can you level up? And then he's running away going,
I don't,
it's like
he's aggressive.
So get in touch, send us your questions, and join us every week
on IMO with Michelle Obama and Craig Robinson.
Oh my God. Y'all. Okay. So I'm just going to take a general poll. Who wants advice from Michelle Obama about friends and dating? So the Michelle Obama that we fell in love with, right? The Michelle Obama that we know and we love. Hold on, let me, y'all. I'm struggling. Okay, I'm struggling because I don't know. This is the Michelle Obama that we know and love. Y'all, this is the Michelle Obama that we fell in love with. Okay? Am I missing something? Now, y'all, I used to be a Democrat, so y'all bear with me. I'm going somewhere with this. I don't know. This is the Michelle Obama that we fell in love with. Okay? This is the Michelle that we know, we love. Hold on, let me big screener. This is the Michelle that when we saw her, we were like, "Oh, we like this." Y'all remember this? Hold on, let me make it big. Oops. Hold on. Yeah, this is Michelle that we fell in love with, okay? This is her, okay? This is the Michelle. Let me make it bigger for you. This the Michelle we know. This the Michelle that you said, oh, Rebel Without a Reason said she always seemed fake. Okay. XOXO Chicky. Yes. Before the mask slipped off. So when we kept talking about Forever First Lady, now mind you, y'all, I used to be a Democrat. I'm not a Democrat no more. But when we used to be like Forever First Lady, you know, Michelle Obama, she's so beautiful, she's so good. It was this. This was the Michelle Obama that we loved. Now, this is who we get now. This is the Michelle Obama that we have now.
I am Michelle.
And I am Craig.
And Craig here is my big brother. He's done a lot of everything in life. Nightmares.
Yeah, we always thought it was nightmares, and we only noticed it at night because during the day, Mom and Dad would handle things and not worry us with it. But at night, you couldn't help it, and
but realize that he would get up in his pajamas.
What the? Mish, what the hell is going on with your hair, sis? You, why is she, y'all, I got tears coming out my eyes. Why? Why, Michelle? Why? Michelle, it don't take all of that, sis. It really don't. You have been the first lady of the United States of America, the most powerful country in the entire world. You were sleeping next to the president, allegedly. I know. I understand wanting to try something different, but this ain't it, sis. Y'all, who is she talking to? And why are they telling her that she just got to break out in full out sister girl mode? I keep telling people on this show, y'all, I am around Black people all the time, okay? That is my primary demographic. I love Black women, okay? I hang around them. They're my friends. They're my family. I grew up with all women, okay? I grew up in a single parent household. I grew up with my mom and my two sisters. I know Black chicks, okay? And Black chicks. Oh, thanks, Angel Wings. Black chicks don't want their first lady and their leaders looking like that. They don't want it, y'all. They don't want it. And she's just doing too much, y'all. She's just doing too much. And she getting dragged. Y'all, she is getting dragged by the diaspora. Y'all, the diaspora is dragging her. The people who loved her, they dragging her. Oh my God. Love you, Angel Wings, girl. Love you, girl. Y'all have got to see. I be watching. I be watching my pulse speed when the Blacks is dragging her. First of all, do y'all see the views? Do y'all see the views that she got on this video? Mind you, she's Michelle Obama. She only got 25,000 views, y'all. Y'all see that? 25,000 views. She only has 44,000 subscribers. 44,000 subscribers. Y'all, unfortunately, the Dems are trying to make it in the podcast space. But it don't hold water. It's not going to hold. In the podcast space, one of the things that we have to be, if you are podcasting, you already know, you have to be authentic. You have to be genuine. You have to kind of know a little bit about what you're talking about. You got to know about people. She is one of the richest people. She is elite. She does it. Y'all, I watched her her video on Netflix. She don't have no black people around her, y'all. If it ain't her mama and her daughters, she don't have no black people around her. She don't. She don't know no black people. She don't hang around with. She ain't even hang around Kamala. She didn't. She don't hang around them. But then she tries to act like she's one of them, and she's not. Unfortunately, she's not. Well, I mean, you could say fortunately she's not. But then she tries to like do this kind of faux image, you know? Yeah, it says they're pushing hard. I guarantee you they can't keep it up for 4 years. They're going to try to do this podcasting space. You see Gavin Newsom is trying to do it. Gavin Newsom is putting out, podcasts. Y'all, you cannot navigate this space and be phony and fake. And unfortunately, she's pinning herself to be real, putting her hair up in this like bun. It's just tacky. It's weird. I don't know, y'all. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. We don't want that from her. Like, you were the former first lady. You graduated from Princeton. Girlfriend, we know you a smart girl. We know you not about that life. Like, chill. Like, you're doing way too much. We applaud you. We want you to do well. But I don't know what this. I don't know, sis. Get it together. Get it together. And then she's getting dragged. She's getting dragged by the diaspora. Hold on, let me pull it up, y'all.
I'm a straight shooter. I'm a straight shooter. I'm not, ma'am. You are not on the south side. You are not on the south side. Michelle Obama. You are Michelle Obama. You are multi. You and your husband. You have a house in Martha's. You have a house in Martha's. One in Chi-Town and stuff. One in Chi-Town and ma'am. All that's a lie. Did you all feel like that? Did you all feel like that? When I was in school, I'm 46 years of age. I'm born and raised in Mississippi. I now live in Mississippi. I now live in the When I was in school, elementary school down south. They used to get us ready for our little naps. And they would tell us a story. And they would tell us a story. Excitement in her voice. Because we had to pull out. Because we had what they call cots. At the time, what they call cots. Which I know about the. How many of y'all know that? When I was little, that's what they did. They gave us little. That's what they did. They gave us little. So that we could take little naps and stuff in school. Now we had pre-K, we had kindergarten, all that. We had kindergarten and all that. My first elementary school. What was it? It was what was it? East End. What was that? East End. What was that? That was pre-K. That was pre-K. In kindergarten through 5th grade. Elementary school I went to. Then they had a middle school. Then they had a middle. I had a high school. Junior high school. Then I had a high school. That's a lot. But that's why I just went down. But that's why I went down in the city. Watch this. Watch this. I was taken back. I was taken back to story time. I started yawning. I started getting real relaxed and stuff. My eyes started getting real heavy and stuff. So this is why I said I suffered. These 53 minutes and 12 seconds for the people. Because I had to make.
Y'all, I was hollering. The diaspora was not feeling it. The blacks is not watching, and the blacks is dragging sis. Rebel Without a Reason, she was like, I was crying. I literally have tears coming out my eyes. Y'all gotta help me. I love black people. Ain't nothing like them. Ain't nothing like them, y'all. Anyway, okay. So yes, the Gavin Newsoms, the Michelle Obamas, y'all, it ain't gonna work because you have got to be authentic in this space. You gotta, like, you can't be, like, parading around like you don't know what's going on and you, you know, are this, girl, we know you, Michelle, Mish, we know you. Anywho, guys, oh my God, that was so funny. I had to share that with you. As you know, Department of Education is dissolved. President Trump signed an executive order today to resolve it. And let me tell you, people were losing their minds, okay? People cannot deal with the fact of President Trump has had 4 years in the White House to see what works, what didn't work. Then he had 4 years outside the White House and watched y'all destroy this country. And now he's back and he's not playing. He knows what makes the country great. He knows what makes the country money. He knows what makes the education system. Okay. So Department of Education has not helped anyone for years now, since the 70s. Okay. We were number 1 in the 70s when it was founded. We are now number 40. We're dead last, okay, in education after we have almost spent $3 trillion with this institution. A great podcaster, friend in my head, April Chapman, did a wonderful video on it. I'm going to share with y'all because it's so important. It's so important. And she talked about, like, y'all, this is so important.
If you have a 700 plus credit score, you qualify for Chase's new program where you could access up to
100. Away from the teachers union, cuts are happening, and she told on herself and said the quiet parents are actually gonna have some rights, and they're charter school in Spanish Harlem, writing down some notes as she was speaking. So this woman represents some of the officers at the administrative level who are also part of the teachers union, who,
sorry guys. Yeah, it's really important that you guys see the teachers unions, right? Like when I say they feel like, or they are determined to make us believe that it is our job to ensure that they have a job despite what they produce.
Job. But this next clip that night over security issue probably really is a trees plantation, no matter what plantation. She said they're gonna sit. It is the new form of slavery, and they're just like the Department of Education. In my opinion, it's an unnecessary federal line because they're hungry. He said the reason why these kids are not learning is because they're hungry. So if we take this money from the federal level out, the free lunch and the free breakfast, I was like, socialist Marxist-minded foolishness again. I said, you mean to tell me in a nation that has the highest obesity rate amongst elementary and adolescent students, you really trying to tell me these kids are hungry? Is that it? They're not learning because they're hungry? Hear me clearly. I am not saying that childhood hunger is not a thing. I am not saying that there are not some students that actually do go to school hungry. My argument is that education is not a social service function. It is not the education department's job to feed your children. We have to figure out a way, right, for parents to be able to earn a living and to provide and take care of their children. And good parents don't starve their children. Now there are some parents that are just trash parents that don't care if their kids live or die. But the argument that the kids ain't learning because they hungry, as fat as these kids are, was just stupid. I was like, anyway.
Don't mix salt with these three ingredients if you don't want the Mounjaro effect on your body and your pants loose in a week. You may not know this.
I don't even want to get on that.
So that's what they do. So the Federal Department of Education, they say, is responsible for the school lunch programs. They say that the Federal Department of Education is responsible for Pell Grants and all those types of things. Pam Bondi, sorry. Caroline Leavitt has answered this question. President Trump has answered this question. Those programs are not going away. Those programs will be allocated in a smaller function, sent back to the states, and all that good jazz. We cannot continue to spend $3 trillion because the kids need school lunch, but the kids can't read. I'm going to say that one more time. We cannot continue to fund an entire government agency that is tasked with making sure the American people and the American children are smarter, and they are not doing that, but they are feeding the children lunch. That doesn't make any sense, guys. You would not allow that in any function of your life. There would be no way that you would continue to go to your doctor and your doctor is continually making you sicker and you still go because the doctor needs a job. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't go to your mechanic. Your mechanic is breaking your car and not fixing your car, but the mechanic needs a job, so you keep spending money at the mechanic. Nowhere this model of the Department of Education works except at the Federal Department of Education. And then you're mad because President Trump is just making a note of it, y'all. And April says something that I just love. She says, if it's about the children, then go be teachers. Go be administrators in the states. These states need you. These states have job openings like crazy. But no, 60% of the Department of Education's billions of dollars budget is on salaries, y'all. Salaries. And 40% is on actually like giving programs to kids. So all President Trump is saying, hey, let's stop all the salaries, take that money and give it directly to the states. And I'm glad that he did that. And it was so necessary, y'all. Our kids can't read. And in his speech, I loved his speech, and I could pull up his speech. Yeah, his speech today. It was really good, actually.
I want to buy your house. I can pay you cash for your house no matter what condition it's in. If you need to sell your house for any...
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Pam, very much. What a job you're doing. And it's a true honor to be with you today. This is a storied hall, if there ever was one. And based on the crowd, I think we broke the all-time record. But as we begin a proud new chapter in the chronicles of American justice, it really is something. We're turning the page on 4 long years of corruption, weaponization, and surrender to violent criminals, and we're restoring fair, equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law. And you're the people that are doing it. Very, very proud of all of
Sorry,
you.
this is the wrong one.
Under the Trump administration, the DOJ, the FBI will once again become the premier crime-fighting agencies on the face of the earth. People ask.
It's not the one I want. I want the one from today. And he had the kid sitting there. It was so stinking cute. Because he talked about Baltimore. He talked Baltimore, which was so important.
Just want to announce that I signed a proclamation a few moments ago honoring the 250th anniversary of Patrick Henry's famous speech to the Second Virginia Convention, in which he declared very well-known, very famous words, "Give me liberty or give me death." Has anyone heard the phrase? I think most of you have. And moments ago, I also signed an executive order to dramatically increase production of critical minerals and rare earths. It's a big thing in this country, and as you know, we're also signing agreements in various locations to unlock rare earths and minerals and lots of other things all over the world, but in particular Ukraine. We're doing very well with regard to Ukraine and Russia. And one of the things we are doing is signing a deal very shortly with respect to rare earths with Ukraine, which they have tremendous value in rare earth, and we appreciate that. And we spoke yesterday with, as you know, President Putin and President Zelensky, and we would love to see that come to an end, and I think we're doing pretty well in that regard. So hopefully we could save thousands of people a week from dying. That's what it's all about. They're dying so unnecessarily, and I believe we'll get it done. We'll see what happens, but I believe we'll get it done.
Do you ever wonder why the success you dream of doesn't match the energy you pour into your coaching business?
Today we take a very historic action that was 45 years in the making. In a few moments, I will sign an executive order to begin eliminating the Federal Department of Education once and for all.
People are cheering. People want this, y'all.
And it sounds strange, doesn't it? Department of Education, we're going to eliminate it. And everybody knows it's right. And the Democrats know it's right, and I hope they're going to be voting for it, because ultimately it may come before them. But everybody knows it's right, and we have to get our children educated. We're not doing well with the world of education in this country, and we haven't for a long time. And we're pleased to be joined today by the woman who I chose because she's an extraordinary person, and hopefully she will be our last Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon. Linda, thank you. Thank you very much. That's another interesting statement. It's an interesting opening, right? But it's true, and people, you know, it's been amazing how popular this has been. I tell people that this is what I'm doing today, and they say, oh, it's about time. Everybody says it. Republicans and Democrats have said it, and they're all saying it. Also with us are some terrific people. Governors Greg Abbott. Greg, thank you very much. Governor Ron DeSantis, thank you very much, Ron. Mike Braun, congratulations on your victory, Mike. That was a big one. Mike DeWine, thank you very much, Mike. Jeff Landry. Jeff, thank you very much, Jeff. Bill Lee, thank you. Governors, all governors. Brad Little. Brad, thank you very much. Where are you, Brad? Hi, Brad. Jim Pilan, thank you very much, Jim. And Kim Reynolds. These are all people very interested in education. And I even see Dan Patrick over there, my friend Dan Patrick. We're joined also by Representatives and State Attorneys General Ken Paxton. Ken, I department in 1979. It was opposed by members of his own cabinet, as well as the American Federation of Teachers, the New York Times editorial board, and the famed Democrat Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan. History has proven them right, absolutely right. After 45 years, the United States spends more money on education by far than any other country, and spends likewise by far more money per pupil than any country, and it's not even close. But yet we rank near the bottom of the list in terms of success. It's an amazing stat. Those are two stats you don't want. The most money spent per pupil, and you're at the bottom of the list. And that's where we are, like it or not. And we've been there for a long time. 70% of 8th graders are not proficient in either reading or in math. 70%. 40% of 4th graders lack even basic reading skills, can't read. Students in our public elementary and middle schools score worse in reading today than when the department opened by a lot. In Baltimore, 40% of the high schools have 0 students who can do basic mathematics. Not even the very simplest of mathematics. I said, give me your definition of basic, and they're talking about like adding a few numbers together. Despite these breathtaking failures, the department's discretionary budget has exploded by 600% in a very short period of time, and it employs bureaucrats in buildings all over Washington, D.C. And as a former real estate person, I will tell you, I ride through the streets of Washington and it says Department of Education, Department of Education. I said, how do you fill those buildings? It's crazy what's happened over the years. I'm pleased to report that after offering these federal employees 2 generous buyout options, and they were very generous, and they're good people, but they were very generous. My administration has initiated a reduction in force, and we're already cutting numbers that were really surprising to a lot that we were able to do it so successfully. And we've cut the number of bureaucrats in half. 50% have taken office, which is great. Thank you. Under the action I'm taking today, a small handful of Democrats and others that we have.
So yeah, XO Chicky, yeah, teachers have been sounding the alarm. It's important to note, and I love that President Trump said this, it's not about the teachers. It's not about the people that work at Department of Education. It's about the model. Like, it's not working, right? And he even said these are good people. We've given them buyouts. Hopefully they can go be administrators and do really, really good work, maybe even in the private sector. I suggest even the online business, the homeschooling business. There's so many opportunities to really get these kids on track, but we can't continue to fund an institution like the Department of Education that has almost, you want to say, harmed the school systems, because it hasn't done good. It's only sucked away money and funding that could have gone into the school systems, your local school systems. He even mentioned Baltimore. I'm here in Baltimore, and I know the stats that he's saying is correct. There was high school students, and they couldn't find a single person proficient in math and reading. Like, that's not cool, and that's so harmful. And not only that, you guys, think about the future. I take this personally. Think about it. These kids are, let's say they're 15. In 30 years, right? They're going to be our age, and we're going to be like elderly, needing them to take care of us, needing them to pay into our Social Security, needing them to create a functioning government. And if they cannot read, write, or do math on grade level, our future is screwed. We can act like this is not an existential threat, but it is. It's an emergency. I think Barack Obama even called it an emergency. Like, this is an emergency. Thank God President Trump has got the gall to do something about it. He's taking all the arrows. He's taking all the bullets. He's taking people just screaming and shouting and having tantrums. all to say, I'm going to do what's right in the face of all of this. Y'all, if you are in your 40s, if you are in your 50s, you should take this personally. You're going to be in 30 years, you're going to be 80, you guys. And the people in charge of you getting old and growing old and having a country to do it in and to retire in dignity have to be able to read and write and do arithmetics to have a functioning society. Yeah, for real, public schools ask for money and fundraise all the time. Like, where is the tax money going? Yeah, drag queen story. Exactly, y'all. So I thank God that President Trump is not phased. I think he's had enough time to not be phased by the whining and the tantrums. I'm sorry that it didn't work out the way that it was planned to work out. We have to do something different and we're moving on. I love that. I love that. And I know they're probably going to try to sue him, and I know they're going to try to go to the courts. I was asked about the courts and the judiciary system. And a lot of these judges, you guys, judges are supposed to be nonpartisan, but a lot of them are not. A lot of them have family members that are very close to them. And while President Trump is trying to act in the best interest of the American people, these judges are somehow caring about migrants that are part of a gang and their rights. Like, these people don't like us, y'all. If you want to know what I'm referring to, is President Trump was trying to send over the migrants that were part of the gang, and the judge was like, no, you can't. Like, y'all, they have to have due process. Migrants shouldn't have the right to come over here and rain terror on American people. They should not. Yeah. Okay. XO Chicky said, someone got to explain to me how the lower level courts can stop the executive branch. This is the issue. In theory, the courts are supposed to be the checks and balances of, you have the judiciary branch, they have the executive branch, and then we have the Congress, right? And so that's where the whole balance of power is supposed to checks and balance. So President Trump is making these executive orders, and these judges who are supposed to be like following the Constitution, following the law, and making sure that President Trump doesn't step out of line with the law, they are actually not following the law. They are saying that the Constitution gives protections to illegal migrants, and it doesn't. And what President Trump is trying to do this is where the whole courts is coming in, is he's trying to enact the alien. Let me tell you what it is. Hold on. I want to say it right, y'all. I want to say it right. He's trying to enact y'all, I got so many. It's the Alien and Seditions Act of 1798. Alien and Seditions Act of 1978, okay? And so what that did is it gave the federal government exclusive rights. So the Alien Act of 1978 gave the you say Alien Enemies Act. Thank you. Thank you, XR Chicky. You're right. So it gave the executive branch the right to basically take people who were not born in this country, or people who didn't have a right to be in this country, and send them back, or send them, and if they came back, it gave them the right to imprison them, right? And so President Trump is trying to enact that because that is in the Constitution. Like, he can do that, and they're saying it has to be in times of war, but it's nothing in that act that says that it has to be in times of war. It can be enacted in times of war or invasion. And this, one can argue, is an invasion. These people have invaded our country by the millions, and they mean us harm. And so for President Trump to not be able to enact that, they're trying to say, oh, well, he can send anybody that he wants. He can send people who are not, who are legal citizens. He can, that's not what he's trying to do. You guys, there's nothing in his history that says that he doesn't like people from other countries. Look at his wives. I mean, there's nothing that says that President Trump doesn't like people from other countries. I mean, he doesn't want people over in his country behaving badly. He doesn't want people over in this country committing crimes. And so that's the question, is whether or not he can enact that act in a time that's not war. Well, there's nothing in that act that says it has to be a physical war, but one could argue that it is an invasion. Exactly. They just keep taking the 20 on every 80-20 rule. Exactly. It's like they keep saying, I think it was Whoopi Goldberg that was like, I mean, they could probably deport me as an American citizen. And that's just not true. That's just not true. It's not, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But it is going to allow President Trump to get these people who have been a problem and wreaking havoc in our country out. And for some reason, that's the hill that the Democrats are willing to die on. It's so crazy. Oh, we want all the, oh, well, do you know that they were in a gang? They were hanging out with the gang members. I know, but do you know they were in a gang? It's like, why are y'all defending this? The same thing with the whole Elon Musk thing. It's like, oh, well, are you sure that he found money stealing? Why are you, why do I need to be 100% sure? Just the fact that there's a possibility that they're stealing our tax dollars should be disturbing. It should be disturbing to you. But it's not, unfortunately, because these people hate us. They hate our country. And it's really, really sad. They hate our country, y'all. Sorry. I'm to the point where they are treasonous. They are treasonous. So, and I mean, President Trump is just trying to do everything. Exactly. Deport all traitor. He's trying to do everything. He's trying to give them a severance. He's giving them 8 months. You can find a job within 8 months. I mean, he has people. Sorry, guys. He has people investing. Bringing jobs in and all of that. And unfortunately, it's nothing that he can do. Y'all are still just miserable and unhappy. Miserable and unhappy. I don't know, you guys. Anyway, I did want to bring a light to something that I think is really important that we're not talking about enough on the conservative space. I don't know if you guys know. Here we go. Let me go back. Do you guys have y'all heard of Owen Schroyer? He's part of the War Room, and he recently posted on X that he had gotten swatted. If you don't know what swatting is, swatting is a criminal harassment tactic that involves making false emergency calls to trick law enforcement into sending a SWAT team to a specific location. A lot of conservatives, this is happening to. I know Marjorie Taylor Greene, it happened to her. And basically, it's deadly, right? It could be a deadly situation because the law enforcement can get an itch and they just shoot you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can get an itch and they just... So it's very deadly. It says swatting can be deadly and puts the targeted location, law enforcement, and the community at risk. It involves making a hoax call to 911 after reporting serious crimes like hostage situation, bomb threats, or murder. And so the SWAT team comes there, pulls your family out their bed and all things. And I mean, it is just so horrifying, you guys, and it's happening even just at the smallest level. Right now, currently, I'm being pizza swatted where and it's really scary, you guys. I'm getting calls from all these restaurants stating that, hey, we have your reservation, or the pizzas are being ordered in my name, saying that it's all cash. You know, like, and they're like cash. And so it's like 25 pizzas or something like that. And I get a call and they're like, hey, you're picking up, do you really want these pizzas? Yeah, I'm yawning. They're like, hey, do you really want these pizzas? And, it's crazy. You say, yep, he got swatted. And then they sent pizza with his name of the murdered info. Oh no, really? I didn't know the pizza with the murder. Oh my gosh. So hold on. Rebel Without a Reason said, yep, he got swatted. And then they sent pizza with the name of the murdered info wars reporter, Jamie White. That is just so sad. These people have no, they have no hose bar. But we need to like bring attention to it and making sure that if this is happening to you, making sure that you contact the police, making sure you report these kinds of things. And they're so stupid. They are so stupid. You're swatting conservatives. First of all, conservatives know how to act when the police come, okay? We just do. Let me show you Owen getting swatted, okay? Let me show you Owen Schroyer swatted. Y'all, don't waste your time swatting conservatives, okay? We know how to act when the police come. Here we go. I felt so bad because Owen didn't deserve this at all.
Please go to thealexshowstore.com. We have the great atomic defense, the strongest, greatest, concentrated of all the known earth.
The silent majority. Second hour of surf.
Oh, look at this.
So at this point, they have my house surrounded, the back, the sides.
Hold on.
I'm not saying much over here. Oh, police department, come to the front door, your hands up and empty. It's the only way I can guarantee your safety. Put your hands on the back of your head. You're going to walk backwards to the sound of my voice. Start walking.
So at this point, barefoot, shirts off, walking backwards.
Backwards, towards the sound of my voice.
Guns pointed from, let's start with the security footage. Yeah, that's the one. So this is the footage from my cell phone. I'm gonna start this at the top and kind of walk you through the moments in silence. But this is right after I open my door. and see them.
Y'all go follow Owen. He's awesome.
All our cameras are running, brother. All right, I assure you, this is a non-starter, gentlemen. Collar of your shirt from the back. Hey, I got top side. You lean you up front door. Keep your shirt up like that and rotate.
You see the lasers.
You want me to take my hands off?
Y'all can you
I have
imagine?
nothing. You want me to take my shirt? Collar of your shirt from the top. Pull up. Rotate. 360. Turn. Slowly. Turn. Slowly. Stop. Your hands up. Put your hands on the back of your head. You're going to walk backwards to the sound of my voice. Start walking.
So at this point, barefoot, shirts off, walking backwards.
Backwards towards the sound of my voice.
Guns pointed at me.
Stop. Get on your knees. Just so you guys know, I'm home alone. This is a false police report. Start crawling back towards the sound of my voice. You got it, guys. Where do you need?
Now I'm on the street. You'll kind of see me pop up on the street here on the left side of your screen.
Lay on your stomach. Put your hands out like an airplane. Put your palms up towards the sky. Stay right there if you're not moving, you understand. Yes, sir.
So now they've got me down, and they're going to handcuff me, and then eventually pick me up and just kind of take me to my neighbor's driveway, lean me up against the wall. And then shortly, you're going to see the team that enters the front door of my house. And you hear all the sirens going off. They had police vehicles there. They had unmarked vehicles there. There was probably a team of at least a dozen officers there. Front of the house, back of the house, side of the house. So you just saw them walk me up my neighbor's driveway. Now they've got me detained. And now the rest of the team is going to move into the house. What was going on, I knew this was the case. So that's great. So this is where we're at.
Y'all, look at this.
How bad does it have to get? Is the question. One slip of a finger, one miscommunication, one misunderstanding, one object misidentified, one wrong turn, and this thing can turn deadly. Now, as I said, I was anticipating this, so I'd taken some proper measurements, not just, with some security stuff and some other stuff, but, mentally to know this was going to happen. And as soon as I saw flashlights shining into my house, shining onto the walls and stuff, and I looked out through the window and saw what was going on, I knew this was the case.
So my issue, y'all, is when people do this to conservatives, no one says anything. Y'all wanted us to care about Nancy and her husband's affairs like for months, okay? Y'all wanted us to care about like that for forever. When this is getting constantly done to conservatives because you don't like their politics, this man has not done anything wrong at all. And I know there are ways to find out what happened. And I know there's ways to find out who's doing it. And we accept it because we don't like his politics. Like, that's not acceptable. And that's not the kind of country we want to live in. Yeah, Rebel Without Reason said Ben Shapiro got swatted. So many conservatives are getting swatted. And you're swatting conservatives. Like I said, conservative. We know how to act when the police come. It's the Democrats that don't know how to act. Like, it's y'all. It's the blacks that don't know how to act. conservatives know how to act when the police come. But it's dangerous because what if the police officer gets an itch, and just it could turn deadly. And yeah, they could say sorry, and yeah, the police officer could, go to jail or we could sue the police officer, but we're never going to get our brother's life back, our sister's life back. And we're in charge. I am praying that Kash Patel and the head of the FBI, and I mean, in the whole FBI, said Kash Patel and the head of the FBI, but Kash Patel, who's the head of the FBI, Pam Bondi, and all of those people get on top of this, because this is important. This is so important. I know. Look, whites too. I be watching on the YouTube body cam. You right. You right. You right. Yeah, some whites don't know how to act. You right. So, it says, no, he hasn't. I haven't heard anything. Heard him being swatted. He's a big voice out there, but they don't. But they don't target him. I wonder why. Oh, you haven't heard of Ben Shapiro. Oh, got it. Got it. Okay. Oh, he said he hasn't heard of Ben Shapiro getting swatted. Yeah, I mean, this is dangerous, you guys. And so we got to really make sure and he probably hasn't been swatted because you probably can't get to his neighborhood. Ben Shapiro is stacked, okay? Um y'all, so I'm praying for my brother Owen. I love him. Watch his show on the War Room. Um, um, he's fantastic. Anywho, I'm just praying for him because I just can't believe that this is allowed. And he's gone through so much. Like, he was a January 6th patriot. And just God, these people have given up everything because they love this country and they want to see it do well. And we will benefit. We will benefit from this, the screaming, the falling out. You're right. You're right. So anywho, you guys, I am so grateful. So the last segment that I want to do is something that I started on the show with KJ, but I'm gonna do it now with just us, because I just think that it is so funny. Here we go. Let me send this. Here we go. Let me see if I can get it. You guys, give me 1 second. Let me see. Let me see, guys. Hold on. Y'all, this was so embarrassing. Hold on, hang on. Yeah, this just happened.
You're not going to arrest me
Hold on.
when I did not.
Hold on, y'all. Y'all, I be cracking up because sometimes I just can't even believe it sometimes. I literally cannot believe it sometimes. This is
I
happening
stopped
January,
the stop
y'all.
sign, and then you have the audacity to arrest me.
New at 5, this is body cam video showing an argument between a Tulsa County deputy and a Tulsa area state senator after the deputy told her she ran 2 stop signs in downtown Tulsa.
You can see the deputy eventually put State Senator Regina Goodwin in handcuffs for not showing her ID, and now it looks like she plans on fighting the traffic ticket she got out of this in court. Fox 23's Devin Lyon is live in studio breaking down what that body camera video captured.
Yeah, Senator Goodwin did get a ticket, but in the video, the deputy says he would have let her go with a warning had she not argued with him so much. In the video, you see exactly what happened when the deputy pulled her over, but what you don't see is if she did or did not run that stop sign.
Ma'am, I'm not going to ask you again. Can I get your driver's license? Or can I take you to jail on running a stop sign? I'm not going to ask you again. It's not for debate.
Are you saying you're going to take me to jail?
The argument between Oklahoma Senator Regina Goodwin and Tulsa County Deputy Freddie Elanese started with a traffic stop in downtown Tulsa near Archer and MLK Boulevard. In this body cam video, the deputy claims Goodwin ran 2 stop signs. When he got out of his car, Goodwin is already standing outside of her vehicle.
I was behind you, ma'am. You didn't even come to a complete stop.
After the
Y'all, everybody knows that when you are getting stopped by a cop, what's the first thing you don't do? Sis, get your butt back in the car. Why is she out of the car, y'all? And then you wonder why these people don't know how to act. Where in the world is the white supremacy?
The deputy asked Goodwin more than a dozen times for her driver's license, and she doesn't comply. The deputy places her into handcuffs.
I need your driver's license.
Do what you gotta do.
Okay, turn
Say
around.
you're gonna arrest me.
Yep, turn around.
Okay, you're gonna arrest me, and I did not run a stop sign. Okay.
Relax for me.
Okay.
Relax.
All right.
Relax.
Okay.
Relax your
I
hands.
am relaxed.
Yeah, relax them.
Goodwin's attorney happened to be there at the traffic stop. After the deputy lets Goodwin out of the handcuffs, Tulsa City Councilor Laura Bellis shows up, and so does Tulsa Mayor Monroe Nichols.
I told you that we could debate that in court.
No,
Then I said if I don't get your driver's license, ma'am, and then I said that if I didn't get your driver's license.
2 more deputies show up to assist, but nothing escalates beyond an argument between the deputy and senator.
She blatantly ran 2 stop signs, and I was just going to give her a verbal warning and tell her not to do that. But her demeanor, the way that she was, I can't have that. There's your copy.
In the end, the deputy hands Goodwin a $249 ticket. When I reached out to her, she didn't want to go on camera, but told me, quote, "The issue will be handled in court."
So I'm signing this. I'm signing this as no admission of guilt.
Yes, ma'am. No admission of guilt.
I'm signing this saying that I still have the option to pay a ticket.
And don't go to court on it.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you didn't explain that very well.
Now, I also reached out to the mayor's office to ask why he showed up to the traffic stop. They only sent a statement that said he did not interfere and he was only showing up to check on his former colleague from the House of Representatives. We have his full statement on fox23.com. Live in studio, covering news that matters. Devin.
But y'all, why does she feel like she could, like, argue with him, get out the car? And, like, this is she is supposed to be the leader of the city of Tulsa. Yes, rebel without a reason. It's always somebody else's fault. Like, and then you wonder why these little black and brown children don't know how to just stop, chill. If you don't like what the police officer said, you go to court, you say, hey, I wasn't doing that. Or you wait till they come up to your car and you say, Mr. Officer, I am so sorry. Why did you pull me over? I didn't even know. And you try to plead with them. You get out the car like you some kind of boss. You're an elderly lady. Like, get your behind back in the car and respect the people who you want to have respect for you in your position. This is a disgrace. Black female leaders have just been a disgrace in this season, y'all. Can we just admit the Jasmine Crockett's, the Maxine Waters? Can we just admit that they've been a disgrace? This is not showing any kind of discipline, any kind of restraint, any kind of respect for the officer. You don't get out of the car. You don't get out of the car. And then if he would have shot you, then you would have been, up in arms. Telling you, y'all don't want conservatives to start swatting these kind of people. They don't know how to act. The Tiffany Henyards, yes. They don't know how to act. They don't know how to act. They don't know how to act. There'll be some slow singing and flower bringing. Because she could not even just, restrain herself from getting out of the car. She couldn't even say, let me not get out of the car. Let me talk to him. And then you wonder why the black and brown children are the way that they are. Because this is their mama. This is their mama. This is their grandma. And then you wonder why they cussing out the police, running from the police, and all kinds of other things. It's sad. It's a disgrace. So I'm going to start bringing these kind of things and say, where in the world is the white supremacist? Where in the world is the white supremacy? Where is it? I want to see it. Because all I see is you bossing up in this poor, he a beat cop. He making traffic stops. He a beat cop. And she bossing up when all she had to do was say, thank you, officer. And then under her breath say, that fool, I didn't even make those stops or whatever, It's sad. It's sad that they just lack that much self-control. Oh, I know that girl, city mayor. Oh yeah, they gonna get her. Cash and Pam, they about to close in on Tiffany Henyard. She's a disgrace. Y'all, what's going on? Black men, y'all need to start stepping up because I'm telling you, these women are just they're just out of control. They're out of control. These black female leaders are really just showing themselves. I know. I did. I just want to feed the people. Feed the I don't want that in my mental register, but yeah, I did hear it. I'm trying to feed the people. Trying to get a socialist state, sweetheart. That ain't never worked. Socialism only works where it's never been tried. Everybody knows that. Anywho. You guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me. I love that I get to do this. You guys continue to follow, like, share, subscribe to my content. You guys, I need your help to get my subs up so we can do this thing, you guys. So please share it with your friends, share it with your colleagues, share this content, you guys. Also, follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. It's CJ Shines Bright. Follow me on TikTok. I'm on there too. I'm constantly putting out content and clips. You guys make sure you follow me, like, share, subscribe, and I appreciate it. I love you guys so much. And until next time, peace. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Rebel Without a Reason. Thank you. Yes.